Talk Mentors. In today's lecture, let us discuss about yet another set of confusing verbs. This lecture is actually a continuation of the previous lecture of me that was with another set, the first set that we discussed, and that was hear and listen. I hope that was understandable, and we are moving on to the next lecture with yet another set of confusing words, and that is lay and lie. Many people have confusions over these verbs for how and when to use these verbs. The same thing, we have the formula as the same one. We just need to follow those three rules. Firstly, we need to understand the meaning, and secondly, we need to know the verb forms of these verbs, and we need to catch hold of examples, okay? So that will make us so clear about the usages, appropriate usages, okay? So with that, I welcome you to Chalk and Talk Mentors' second lecture, and that's going to be a discussion on the difference between lay and lie and how and when to use these verbs as in writing and in your speech, okay? So the first thing, as usual, we need to understand the verbs' meanings, okay? So let us first quickly understand the meanings of these two verbs. And there comes a play again with one of these verbs, so you need to pay attention to what is being said, okay? So firstly, let us consider this verb lay. This is lay and this is lie. Please listen keenly to how I pronounce things, okay? This is lay and this is lie, okay? So lay, L-A-Y, simply refers to an action of gently placing down things, okay? I think that was, easy to understand. Because it's a very simple. I'm not making things complex as I usually do not. So I am saying that it's going to be a gentle activity, or it's going to be a gentle action of placing down some objects. So that is what lay means, okay? So what does lie mean then, okay? Lie is actually a verb that simply refers to or that means lying down. It's simply lying down, as in you lie down on your sofa or you lie down on your bed, okay? These are all the examples, I know that, but I wanted to bring this out for you to understand the literal meaning of what, the literal meaning of the verb lie, okay? I think that there is actually another play that is with one of these verbs, right? I guess you remember that, okay? And I'll say that. So with this word, lie, L-I-E, has got another meaning as well, and that is false, okay? Like you find people lying to people, that means they speak folly, or their speeches are not truthful, okay? They are completely contradictory to the factuals, or to the facts that is prevailing actually. So that is another meaning for this particular verb lie. So that means false as well. That depends on the context. You can ask me, you can now, ask me a question for how is it possible for you guys to understand or for you guys to check if this word means this or this. That's alright. That's completely on basis of the context that is built in with, okay? Like it depends on the sentence. You need to be really reading the sentence and you need to understand the sentence and you need to opt one of these according to the context or according to the situation of the question or according to the situation of the given statement. So that is how you will have to be taking the answer, okay? So these are the meanings of these two verbs, lay and lie. To repeat it, lay simply refers to gently putting down something onto something or putting down, that's it. And lie simply refers to lying down, okay? So this is the meaning of, these are the meanings of these two verbs. Fine. Now we are going to the second step. Any verb for that matter, we have verb forms, right? So we have verb forms which is usually referred to as V1, V2, V3, and now in recent times V4 and V5 as well. But the basic verb forms are three, okay? V1, V2, and V3. And as we all are aware, V1 simply refers to the base form, okay? The simple present form is as same as the base form, and V2 is the simple past tense form, and V3 is the participle form. So these are the forms of verbs, and you might be knowing these things, and yeah, let this be a revision if you had already known it, okay? And this is for someone who is yet to know things. Okay, fine. So to understand the verb forms, it's very, very important for you to give a keen notice to what I'm going to write, because there is a minor play with this aspect as well, okay? So V1, V2, V3, okay? The basic forms. I'm not taking V4 and V5 for now. I'm taking only three forms. That's the base form, past form, and the participle form, okay? So the base form of lay is lay itself, and base form of lie is lie itself. This is known to everybody, yes? But next, it's very important, okay? Lays, V2 is laid, and V3 is laid as well. This is so simple, I can understand, but here is the play, okay? Lie, the V2 form of the verb lie is lay. I can understand, you get it? It's, yes, the same lay as we have written in the base form of the verb lay, okay? It's the same as the base of lay itself, okay? So you need to be understanding this point particularly for not making mistakes, that V2 form of lie is the base form of lay, okay? It's the same as in spelling, but not same as in its meaning, okay? So this lay and this lay are different, okay? This lay as in base form is something that refers to simply or gently placing things down, while this lay as in V2 form of lie refers to laying down on your bed, okay? This means that you have already laid down, okay? You have already laid down in your bed. Not laid down, it's lay down. So I am not using D sound here. And if I use D sound here, that means to this lay, okay? And so yeah, that's the V2 form of lie, that's lay. And what is the V3 form of lie is lane, okay? Lane, okay? So V3 form, that's the participle form of lie is lane, okay? With this, you need to really be memorizing these forms of verbs, okay, to not commit mistakes. And yes, of course, lane, the V3 form of lie, is not commonly used or not commonly put to use, but most of the time we make mistakes. I told that what's the main motive of these lectures is that to get you rid of all the common mistakes that you've been making over and over again, okay? So laid, in place of laid, you mistakenly use laid, okay? So that's one of the most common mistakes that we ever make, okay? So you need to be really catching hold of all these verb forms of these two base verbs. Okay, fine. I guess that's clear for you. And now, let us quickly have some examples for these verbs, okay? So let us look have some examples to understand its usages, okay, or how to use them. You will get answer for the question of how to use these verbs through these examples, okay. Let me give you 4 examples, 2 each, okay. So first for lay, okay. Daniel laid his car keys which means Daniel has laid his keys gently onto a holder or something like that. Let me give you another example for lay. Mr. Anik. Okay, Mr. Anik laid his mobile on the desk. Okay, so Mr. Anik has laid his mobile or gently placed his mobile on the desk. Probably he's a teacher, so during this class hours he has placed his mobile on the desk. Okay, that is the meaning of it. And now we'll have two example sentences for lie. Okay, so the teacher permitted the student to lie down. Probably the student is ill, and according to this context, the teacher has permitted the student to lie down on his desk and to take some rest. Okay, so that's the meaning of this example sentence. And let me give you quickly another example. Ashik lies on his bed at 8. Okay? So this sentence means that Ashik is a person who usually goes to his bed to fall asleep at 8 o'clock in the evening or 8 o'clock at night usually. And this lies relates to or refers to the meaning of lie, to simply lie on to the bed. Okay? So I hope the lecture was clear, and as usual, if you guys have some doubt, don't hesitate to post your comments and post your doubts in the comment section and get it clarified. I'll be happy to do it, as you're all aware. And yeah, that is all for today's lecture. Meet you all guys in another lecture very soon. All the best.